Today we are diving into one of the biggest, most daunting questions out there: what is your purpose? It is a question that can feel overwhelming, almost too big to answer. But here is the thing: purpose is not just something you find one day, it is something you shape, refine, and live into over time. It is about how do you start moving toward a life that feels meaningful, without waiting for a perfect answer to appear. Whether you are 11 or 21, why not 47, whether you are just starting to figure things out or already deep in the journey, this conversation is for you. So, grab a seat, take a breath, and let us dive into it. Life itself is constantly posing a question to you: what is your purpose? Dear Amelia Emberhart, I know this topic might seem a bit premature, but I believe it is time to jump straight into the deep end. We will have plenty of time to circle back and explore this more as you grow. And do not worry, we are keeping this on the brighter side today, no heavy, disturbing topics this time. It is time to start exploring the works of some of the greatest minds who have ever lived. We are diving into a couple of core ideas from logotherapy, introduced by Viktor Frankl in his book, Man's Search for Meaning. He wrote this book amidst the unthinkable suffering of the Second World War, while he was imprisoned in concentration camps. Despite the darkness he lived through, Frankl found light, and so can we. Now, let me be clear, I am not a psychologist, nor have I spent years in classrooms learning this stuff. I am just sharing my thoughts as best I can. If there is any wisdom here, it is borrowed from Frankl. If there are mistakes, well, that is on me. So, let us dive in. Frankl's core message is this: the primary driving force in human beings is the search for meaning. Finding a purpose in life is not just a nice-to-have, it is essential for our psychological health and well-being. But here is the catch: there is not some universal, one-size-fits-all meaning to life. Wait a minute, you might say. If there is no grand, singular meaning of life, then why bother? I get it. It is tempting to look for some overarching answer that applies to everyone, but bear with me here. Instead, the meaning of life is unique, specific, and time-bound for each of us. It is as if life itself is constantly posing a question to you: what is your purpose? And your task is to answer it, fully and honestly. No one else can do it for you. It is a challenge that belongs only to you. Finding purpose in a world of emptiness. Take a moment to think about the world we live in today. Would you agree with this? Many people experience an existential vacuum, a void that feels like emptiness, a sense of meaninglessness. It is a feeling I have wrestled with myself, and I suspect it is more common than we care to admit. This vacuum can lead to boredom, anxiety, and even depression. It is not always clear-cut, there are shades of gray, different depths of this emptiness. But I have felt it too, a nagging sense of unease that many adults carry. Frankl suggests that the way out of this vacuum is by filling it with meaningful activities and a purpose of your own. Because without a true sense of purpose, we end up drifting, following the crowd, wanting to do what others are doing, or doing what others tell us to do. In our modern world, particularly in affluent societies like ours, many people have the luxury of free time but struggle with what to do with it. Chasing money or pleasure might seem like a solution, but these pursuits are not lasting solutions. They are byproducts, not the goal itself. But listen closely to this part: when you find a meaningful reason to be happy, happiness is not something you chase, it is something that just is. This might sound oversimplified, but there is a deep truth here. True happiness comes from living with a purpose that is meaningful to you. That is it. No tricks, no shortcuts. A journey of purpose and identity. For me, my deepest sense of happiness comes from this journey we are on together. My purpose, in many ways, is tied to helping you find your own, to help you build your character and shape a solid, unshakable identity. Without this, I would feel lost. But with it, I feel complete. And for you, my dear Amelia, this journey is yours to take. Do not wait for the world to hand you your purpose on a silver platter. And do not expect me to define it for you, either. Nobody will save you or tell you what your life's meaning is. It is yours to discover and yours alone. When life gets tough, and it will, remember this, you must not think that there is nothing left to hope for. You have it backwards. It is not about what you are waiting to receive from life. It is about what life, or simply someone out there, is waiting for you to give. There is something or someone out there that needs you, and only you can answer that call. This is your moment. Take command and show us the path.